This girl is ugly, so she could only hide in the corner and watch her favorite boy kissing other girls, and she keeps fantasizing that it's her who's kissing him. Annie's appearance was not that impressive. She had a wavy straw-like head, with bushy eyebrows and a bulky nose. That made her an obscure ugly duckling at school.
Good morning, Miss
But luckily she had a very good best friend. That's what kept her from being alone on campus. But the worst part was Annie's timid personality. Even in an ordinary class debate, Annie had barely gotten to the podium and hadn't even said a few words. She was so nervous, she almost threw up. And in the end, amidst the ridicule of her classmates, covering her mouth, she fled the debate in embarrassment. Annie was like a clownfish in the deep sea, never dared to jump out of the water and look up at the blue sky. She thought she'd live a dull life. But on her 16th birthday, Mom suddenly told her grandma, whom she had never met, was coming from Europe, and that she'd like to meet her. Annie's father died when she was young. She had been living with her mother ever since, so she didn't feel much affection for her grandma, whom she'd never met. But when she came all the way to see her, Annie had no choice but to agree. So the next day after school, Annie followed the address her mother gave her to a manor house. She double-checked the address several times, but she still couldn't believe that her grandma lived in this magnificent manor. After explaining her purpose to the smart doorbell, the security guards immediately opened the gate for her. But as Annie walked in and looked around the manor, she didn't realize that there were panoramic security cameras. When Annie walked in, she was surprised by the number of servants, even gave her a full security check. She had never experienced anything like this before. Not only was the place lavishly decorated, even the flowers on the table were fresh. Then Annie met her grandma, a noblewoman with an elegant demeanor. But as soon as they met, Grandma gave her a piece of jewelry. Annie hadn't seen much of the world. She couldn't see the value of the jewelry, so she took it as an ordinary gift.
It's the Genovese crest. It was mine when I was young. And that was my great-grandma. I'll keep this safe. I will take good care of it.
But all this was just a minor incident. What really shocked Annie was, Grandma said she was actually a princess of a small European country.
Nevertheless, you are. And I am queen. A princess? Shut up!
It turns out that after Annie's father died, Annie was the heir to the throne by law. Her mother had kept it a secret so that she could live an ordinary life. So she didn't tell her. But now Grandma is too old. She can't take on this responsibility anymore. So she wanted Annie to be the heir to the throne.
Whoa, just rewind and freeze! I'm no princess. I am still waiting for normal body parts to arrive. I refuse to move to and rule a country, and do you want another reason? I don't want to be a princess!
Annie couldn't accept her new identity, so she fled in a panic. She never dreamed she'd succeed to the throne. All she wanted was to live a quiet, ordinary life.